Good afternoon, good evening, wrestling fans. We are back. It's been a while since we've done this, and I'm excited. You know, I just couldn't wait to just do another video with you.
Right, absolutely.
Something happened here just a couple days ago. You had a birthday.
Yeah.
You had a birthday. I can't believe you're actually what? You're actually what, 54?
38.
Oh, please. 38.
That's what...
Fans, he just turned 54 years old. You can look at him. You know what? The man looks older than me. But anyway, happy birthday.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And what about our last event? June 9th, Loxley, Alabama.
It was a barn. You know what? The storm tried to keep people away, but it didn't.
People defied the odds.
I mean, that was one of our biggest houses.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, even though that everybody swam to the show,
Inner tube, boat, whatever they had to do, they made it to the Loxley Civic Center.
We made history.
Yes.
We made history the first time on the Gulf Coast. Hey, listen, Dale Earnhardt won a race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won a race, okay? So that's history right there because, you know, he can't drive. You know that, all right? 2, boxer versus wrestler.
There you go.
The first time on the Gulf Coast, we proved once and for all that the wrestler stands tall.
I have to agree. I have to agree.
You know, man, you know what, man, that was just so smooth. That just rhymed.
Well, we'll get into the details of that in a little bit. But
Planet Wrestling is just phenomenal, fans. Do not accept any imitations, any little shows that are, you know, that are all out there. We are the real deal.
We are the innovators, not the imitators.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell them about what happened.
Well, you know, great turnout, enthusiastic fans as always, and the night started out with a promo from Chief Ironclaw. He is doing this lottery of all the guys that jumped him a couple of months ago, and the name he pulled out of the hat was the Bruiserweight Maze.
Yeah, I think that was a setup.
You think it was a setup?
Oh, I think that those two were, you know, back in the back. I think Amaze was probably just sitting on his lap back there. I mean, you know what he was, you know, well, what's so funny?
Nothing. I'm just got a visual. I got a visual.
You know, I mean, it was like a little puppet. You know, oh man, it was horrible. I mean, it was just those two were made for each other. You know, so far Chief is so proud of himself because he got Joe away from us. Like that really bothered us, and then he took Maze away from us. Well, so I don't have somebody to wash my car this week. I can find somebody else, but that's it.
Well, I have to say, Chief Ironclaw making short work of the Bruiserweight Maze. You know, Maze tapped out to the Claw.
But okay, if you go back, Maze is a tough veteran.
Yes, he is.
And I think he tapped out a little bit too soon. That's what tells me that there was something up there. I think this was pre-planned. This was set up from the beginning. And, you know, fans, I'm going to tell you what, something was not right there. It smelt foul, as actually Chiefs likes to say. But I think Maze was ready to kind of jump ship.
Well, at the end of the match, Maze basically turned his back to the Black Sheep organization.
Yeah. So he'll, you know what, he'll pay for that. But, hey, that's all right. I mean, you know what? Amaze will always persevere, you know. He's a good kid. I say kid, but, you know, Amaze is a vet. So, you know, whether he chooses our side or he chooses Chief's side, you know, that's up to him.
Right.
That's all I can say about that. But Chief got his little just desserts, I guess you can say, you know. So, there you go.
Right, and from what I hear, Chief is going to continue on with this lottery business.
Come on, is he really?
That's what I hear. Chief is out to give a receipt to everybody that laid the leather to him at the end of that one.
Well, I just hope he chooses my name.
You hope he does?
Because I'll jack him again.
Wow.
All right, go ahead. What's the next match we have?
Coming up next is a match that stemmed from an incident that happened right here on Planet Video. Marcus Gibbs, one half of the tag team, the Onyx, took on Mike Fresca.
So you were there for that one.
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
Well, we were here trying to do an interview with Mike Fresca and Marcus Gibbs.
No, I mean there. They all actually saw what happened here.
Right. Well, Marcus Gibbs took on Mike Fresca.
You're getting old.
I am. It's going. But in the later stages of the match, Terry Allen Jones came out and never physically got involved in the match, and Mike Fresca, making what some people would call a rookie mistake, concerning himself more with what was going on outside the ring than what was going on inside the ring.
Exactly. And see, that's what, I mean, you know what, I was in the back and I was just trying to tell him, you know what, you can't pay attention to the fans, and you know, if anybody walks out to the ring, you know what, that's their job, is to just be a actual distraction.
Right.
You know, some people like, well, I would say this, back in my day, you know what, I used to use beautiful women. Marcus Gibbs used Terry Allen Jones. I don't know what that says about them as a tag team. I don't know what that says about Fresca, who got distracted. But there again, it happened, and it actually, you know what, that very simple mistake cost him the match, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
So
Marcus Gibbs was your winner. Moving right into our next match, we had his tag team partner Terry Allen Jones taking on the Achy Breaky Kid with Sugar Lips.
And I mean, you know what? I was in the back for that one. I didn't even see any of that. So you go ahead and you tell me exactly what happened on that one.
Well, Terry Allen Jones, being the bigger of the two members of the Onyx, took on a big man in himself, the Achy Breaky Kid. It was pretty good back and forth action. From my vantage point, at the end of the match, Terry Allen Jones had Achy Breaky Kid down. Marcus held the feet. 1, 2, 3.
Ah, really?
From
then I need to watch that tape, because actually, man, Marcus come out just like Terry Allen came out.
Yes.
So you know what? You can see a pattern there.
Yes.
Okay, where actually one of them is, you're going to see another one. Okay, so that was what? That actually was what, Marcus?
Terry Allen Jones.
Okay.
Marcus came out.
Well, there you go.
So.
Okay. Well, so you know what, the Onyx made, you know what, their presence known, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
So, and actually, you know what, coming up in about 2 months is our big tag team tournament, and yet they've already, said, you know what, guys, we basically won in it. So, I mean, that's, you know what, that's a tough little combo right there.
It is. You have the size and strength of Terry Allen Jones, and you have the quickness and the deviance of Marcus Gibbs. So,
coming up next, we had Vision and Fate. Now,
wow.
You know what, you talk about that, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen coming up in about 2 weeks.
Wow, let me tell you, Vision has made an impact here at Planet Wrestling, and this woman, Fate,
she's a nut.
Have you seen how she acts? She's running around screaming at everybody in the back. I mean,
yeah. She just walks around, quiet as can be, staring at the wall and
talking to the wall.
You know, it almost like your girl just all of a sudden goes off for no reason at all.
Just
goes
swinging
off
at the fences.
Yeah, I mean, so
well,
there you go.
The problem in this match is Vision could not keep Fate in the ring.
Right.
Fate kept spilling it out to the outside, street brawling. So, from what I understand, coming up sometime in the near future, where they're going to have a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Basically, man, you know what? This is what happened. Actually, Vision came back in the back yelling at me. Okay, she wants a Falls Counts Anywhere. Okay, no, I mean absolutely no actual DQ. She wants street fight rules. Okay, and she wants. Let's see here. I would say like anything goes.
Right.
Okay, so coming up, July 9th, just right down the road, a Falls Count Anywhere. Basically, no rules at all.
Right.
Nothing. Street rules. You know what? You bring it, you can use it.
Absolutely.
Now, how many times have you ever seen girls do that?
I can't recall one instance where I've seen that. So
once again, we are doing something that is a first on the coast. Usually, you know what, guys will do that. But this is girls. We got two crazy girls, you know what, that are willing to just about kill each other.
Absolutely.
Planet Wrestling brings it to you again.
Did you... When Fate came out, she kissed referee Tristan flat on the mouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never seen anything. He was dry heaving.
Well, now someone told me that he actually gave her back the tongue. I mean that he literally gave her back the tongue.
I don't know.
I don't know what happened there either.
But it was chaos. Coming up next, we had one of the first students of Planet Wrestling, Nick Mason, taking on the story of the year, Brian Cage.
Nick Mason, good kid, a lot of heart, but he's hard-headed. Thinks he's ready, so we stick him out there. We actually put him up against a pretty formidable guy, actually Brian Cage.
Absolutely. And I got to say, talking to some of the fans after the show, they said so far this has been Nick Mason's best match yet.
Really?
That's the word I heard.
Look, we basically taught that boy right. He has textbooks moves, okay? He is going to be a good kid. But he's just he's just a little bit too anxious. You know what, did you see him at the end of the match?
Yes.
I mean, you know what, this kid's nose was busted open, his lip was, he actually looked like he was in a fight.
Yes.
Absolutely,
And then you come out demanding hack squats and push-ups and...
Well, absolutely, because that's what happens when you're one of our students. Okay, you know what? If you go against what I say, then you know what, you will be punished. Plain and simple. And you know what? The boy was hurt, but he had a rough time Monday.
Wow.
Sure did. Had a rough time. All right, go ahead.
Well, the winner of your match was the story of the year,
Story
Brian
of the
Cage.
year, Brian Cage.
Coming up next, we had Simply Amazing Kurt Matthews taking on a returning Matt Havard.
Yeah, you know what? That was actually that was Havard's first time back in what, 3-4 months.
At least, yes.
Okay. I expect great things from these guys. I mean, you know what? These are big guys. You know what? I mean, you know what? They are very, I would say, athletic. I mean, they can move in the ring. There's a lot more to come off of those guys. I'm excited about that.
I got to say, I had a chance to catch up a little bit with Matt Havard. He's been hitting the gym something fierce.
Oh yeah,
He's been taking no prisoners there.
Absolutely. And yes, so has Kurt. I mean, you know what? Kurt's my boy. I mean, Kurt. You know what? You'll see Kurt up at the next level here, soon.
Right. And the winner of that match was Kurt Matthews. I want to point out.
Well, hey, there you go. Now, some say that this was the match of the night coming up.
Right.
You know what? Your boy Ron Horn, right?
Rugged Ron Horn.
Up against my man, Akuma Okoye,
The Nigerian
Nightmare. And, he is so vicious. But yet Ron Horn had to step his game up.
Yes, he did.
And from what I understand, I was in the back and I can hear the fans. And and yet they were just on their feet the whole time during this match.
And during a pre-match interview, Ron Horn said Akuma Okoye is the one person in Planet Wrestling he has not beaten yet. He was going into this match with a purpose.
Did you see, because I was watching this, did you see during that interview, did you see Ron's valet?
Yes, Miss D.
What in the world was that?
At first I thought Akuma had just come through the door and was walking by, but
he actually walks right now. That is man, that's a mind trick right there. Okay, he actually walks in. Okay, he walks past him, but she cut some eyes at him.
Well, I was going to ask you. It seemed to be there was a little.
I
thought maybe it was just me, but it looked like.
I saw that. She denies it. And apparently, Mr. Horn didn't see it, but I saw it. And I'm going to tell you what, I can tell when something's going on.
Right.
I just have that.
You're calling shenanigans.
I am you can call it what you want to, but I saw that. So anyway.
Well, the match ended. Both men went for a headbutt, a flying headbutt, and were both, they couldn't respond to the 10 count.
And then what happened?
Like, again, I thought maybe it was just me, but Miss D came in the ring and checked on Akuma Okoye. First. Ron Horn started coming around. She went over and made sure he was okay, but at first she came in and checked on Akuma.
I need to find out more on that, but all I can tell you is that something's up. I don't know what it is, but something's up.
Right.
Now, getting to the main event.
My
favorite match, because I was in it. Go ahead.
Led to the ring by Gulf Coast legend Don Fargo. It was the Boxer Crash.
You know what? I actually liked having Fargo there because, just having somebody like Don Fargo there really makes me look that much better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what? Fargo's a great guy. Fargo's a legend. I just enjoyed him being here with us. I mean, it was a great time. But Fargo brought a guy who actually, he said, I want to put a boxer up against a wrestler. And I said, you know what, you go right ahead. Wade is the man to do it. Started off, Wade had to kind of just feel him out a little bit,
Right.
The boxer didn't know what to think.
Absolutely.
Crash could not figure out. Crash is a very disciplined boxer.
Yes.
Wade is a very unorthodox wrestler.
To say the least.
Wade will do whatever it takes to win.
And Wade had a pretty good strategy going in. He stayed close to Crash, so Crash wasn't able to use that power punches. And
see, listen, I have so much respect for all of the boxers out there, but you know what? Gloves, okay, on the hand, that's, that's a no-no. Number two is, like a wrestler's got to get right up on him, and it just takes away all of his offense. Now, Crash did get a couple good actual shots in there, but
I would have to say so. But every time he gained momentum,
yeah, right,
Wade would hit him with a suplex or just a drop toe hold, anything.
Just absolutely killed it.
But I got to say, at the final seconds of the fourth round, Crash threw a haymaker and knocked Wade Garrett clean out of the ring.
Well,
some people say it was after the bell. I say it was maybe a millisecond before the bell.
It was after the bell, man. It was a cheap shot.
Well, we'll have the matchup and fans can take a look for themselves.
But yet, basically, Wade came back, beat beat him with a heart punch.
Now, what? Out of the corner of my eye, I had my camera focused on the action. I thought I saw a white cloud come up.
No, what you saw was that actually, you know, what Crash sneezed, and apparently back in the back, you know, he has a little problem, and as he sneezed,
Oh my gosh.
some of that stuff just, you know, came out everywhere.
Well, it
I
got
don't
all
know
in
what
his
happened.
eyes, blinded him. And anyway, he was the recipient of a couple of heart punches.
That's right.
At the hands of Wade
And,
Garrett.
and you know,
And-
and that's it.
I gotta ask, why were you taking a chair trying to hit Don Fargo?
I was never trying to do that.
We're
Don
gonna put
Fargo
some footage
is a
up.
legend.
He is a legend.
I would never do that. You know what I was doing was I was trying to give him a chair so that he can sit down.
Did he look tuckered out?
Oh, he was blown up. He could, you know what, the man's over there, you know, when he's yelling at his guy, you know, get up, because that's all he could say was get up. But I was trying to give him a chair.
Wow.
I mean, I was trying to be a nice guy. You guys have got me pinned as some horrible person. I was trying to help. It was like trying to help an old person basically cross the road. I was trying to help Fargo.
Wow.
Fargo's a legend. I have a lot of respect for Fargo. I was helping him out.
Well, I gotta say, after the match, Chief Ironclaw came out,
Of
and then it
course.
just seemed
You know
like
why?
everything broke loose.
You know why? Because he couldn't stand not being in the main event. It just drove him nuts. He had to get the glory, so he runs out there, and you know what? He actually hit me in the back of the head with that cane.
I saw that.
Busted me wide open. That's sorry.
I saw you receiving medical attention in the back.
Absolutely.
For that was
Had to get stitches.
that was horrific.
Hit me in the back of the head with a cane for no reason.
Don Fargo's cane. And I thought it was a little ironic that when Don Fargo was here, you guys were talking. You talked about back in the day. It seemed like every time you guys got together, somebody would end up bleeding. And true is the case.
Well, yep, that's true. And it was me this time.
Right.
So, yeah, you know, I'm going to tell you what, Iron Claw loves to stick his nose where it don't belong. And I'm going to tell you, I've got something in store for him coming up July 9th. In 2 weeks, fans, just a short 2 weeks away, I have brought in a monster tag team called the Asylum.
And I got to give it to you. I've seen footage of these guys.
These guys are crazy.
Are terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
They are. You just have to see it for yourself, fans.
Most of, well, I'll just tell you this. Most of your wrestling companies will not book these guys because they cause so much havoc and they cause so much, they are crazy.
It goes right along with having Wade Garrett there. I mean,
Hey.
he's been banned in more promotions than I can count.
And guess what? They always end up right here with me. Isn't that beautiful?
Wow.
I'm so proud of myself.
Now,
July 9th.
July
Talk
9th.
about July 9th. We just had a fantastic history-making show. That's in the past. We got to keep going. We got to keep all of our fan base. We got a better show than actually, man, what was there last time. We had people there that, you know, when it was their first time, you know, and they were just basically scouting out the show, and they said that it was great, top-notch, you know, unmatched on the coast, unmatched anywhere.
Right, absolutely.
So-
So be sure to mark that date on your calendars. Make sure to check our Facebook page out for all updates, anything we can help you out with. I want to take a minute to thank our sponsors.
Go ahead.
They are awesome.
Little G's, one of my favorite
Little G's
places.
Cajun Market.
You know what? Father's Day. You know what? I just bought a big old rack of ribs, man. It was good.
If you're a fan of ribs, go check out Little G's. They will
Cajun
hook
ribs.
you up.
Ooh,
Oh
son.
my gosh.
And Ken's.
Ken's Radiator.
Ken's Radiator. Gospel baptism and also medical attention.
Yeah.
And also, Ken is also voted what? Ken actually was the #1 firefighter.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? The man's amazing. He
Yes.
wears so many different hats.
And he's truly a good fella. I go make it a point to go talk to him at every event.
And also Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly is so good to us in Loxley. It's unbelievable.
They have been supporters from the beginning. I enjoy going there. You never know what you're going to see at Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know, actual fans in Loxley, you don't know what you're going to see there.
Right.
But I just want to thank Loxley. You know, Loxley has really treated us great.
Yes, they have.
They come there just to see me. You know,
Okay.
I am so over in that town. It is unbelievable. Now, actually, you know what? The referee Tristan told us that everybody was there to see him. Okay, I have never seen a referee so full of himself in my whole life. Have you ever seen that?
Are you saying his ego is inflated?
It's huge, huge. So anyway, but they are all there, you know, just to see me. It's a beautiful time. You know, I'm out there and everybody wants an autograph. Listen, fans, I can't give you an autograph because I have actually found that, you know what, people are actually selling them now on eBay.
Wow. I'll
Okay.
have to check that out.
$300 for like my autograph.
Wow.
Okay.
And that's signing with your left hand.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, so I'm gonna have to charge people.
Wow.
But if you want my autograph, it'll cost you $75.
Wow. And you have a select time you do your autographs, don't you?
Listen, fans, if you get there in between 6 and 6:02, now I have extended it. It actually was 6:01, 6 to 6:02,
Right.
and bring cash, $75.
And don't ask him to sign some big long autograph.
No,
'cause he's
no,
not
all I
gonna
do is
that.
just put Bobby Dahl,
Right.
and that's it.
So, all right. Let's remind fans one more time. July
The 9th,
9th.
Loxley, Alabama. Fans, we have turned Loxley into the #1 wrestling town on the coast.
It is like a mecca for professional wrestling.
You know what? It is unmatched. People try to run shows in the area, but cannot compete with us. Plain and simple.
Right.
We are by far the best going today. We are the best show on the coast.
The fans wanted a real wrestling organization. We listened, we heard, we delivered, and we will continue to deliver to the best of our ability.
I think somebody said, Bobby Dahl said that he wanted to bring a good quality show, and he did. Isn't that
That's
like what
pretty
was in
much
writing?
it. Yes.
There you go.
So,
Signed, sealed, and delivered. July 9th, right around the corner. Bell time is what?
7 o'clock, doors open, 6-ish.
We have fantastic giveaways.
Don't forget to visit the Main Event Cafe.
Ah, the food.
Yes.
They always have a line there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And hats off to them for keeping up with everybody and serving it up.
Well, each show we added, 10 or 15 more people.
At least.
So, fans, get there, I would say just kind of early.
Yeah. Get a good
Because
seat.
all those seats actually get filled up pretty quick.
Yes, they do.
So,
So
go
one
ahead,
more
you just
time,
sign us out.
July 9th. Check our Facebook often as you can. Bobby Dahl, I am Mr. Internet. We'll see you July 9th in Loxley, Alabama.